Hello there. This video is to show you how to find many resources you need for the Animal Intelligence Research Essay Summative we've been working on. And the first most important resource you have already in your hands is a paper resource. It has information about the research prompt. It has your grading rubrics. If you turn to the first page, there's a full description of what each paragraph has to include, as well as the criterion for rubrics on the front page as well. So if you're first confused about what each paragraph needs to include, look here. Okay, and then on the back, in class, either today or tomorrow, we will write this in. Your paragraph 1, your introduction paragraph needs to start off with a hook or an anecdote. Then there's background information and a thesis statement. Okay, these are 1 to 2 sentences long each. And then your paragraphs 2 and 3 both have focus on different attributes, totally 2 different focuses, but each of these paragraphs have 3 different details, facts, and examples. So think about like detail, fact, or example 1, example 2, or example detail 3. Same thing here. And then this conclusion paragraph simply is summarizing or wrapping up in a few different sentences, a few different ideas. You might wrap up your first attribute 1, for example, how to wrap up this idea about attribute 1, and how to wrap up this idea about attribute 2, and then leave the reader thinking with something thoughtful at the end of your essay. Another item I just passed out today, or you'll get tomorrow, is this paper. On the front, it has many different sentence frames, but I'm going to ignore that for now. It's a little overwhelming. Take a look on the back. You're going to see the same thing as you saw here. If you notice, there's a hook or an anecdote, and it explains what that means. Background information with explaining what that means. And a thesis statement. And this document's really helpful because I handed it out in class. So you have a copy, and it actually provides an example from the essay. It provides an example of what that would look like in essay form. So this first part right here is a hook. The second part right here is background information on the topic. And this third part here is the thesis statement. I know we didn't have a lot of time in class, and this essay is pretty rushed, which is why I'm showing you this video now. So the way animals, this is a thesis statement. It explains the 2 ways your animal shows intelligence. Here it goes. The way animals demonstrate intelligence can vary. However, 2 distinct intelligent characteristics black bears exhibit are solving complex problems and forming alliances and friendships. So I've got 2 different ways my animal shows intelligence. And if I move forward down this page, you're going to notice there's attribute 1 is the focus of paragraph 2, and attribute 2 is the focus of paragraph 3. And basically what we need for those paragraphs is pretty simple. We've just got 3 details and examples for each attribute 1 and 2. And this is very similar. It's the exact same thing. I just wanted to give you another example of what I've already got here. Okay? If you are still struggling, one thing you can do is take a look at my Power Learning page. Okay, you're going to see on my Power Learning page this document here. I took a picture of it. This is basically the same thing I just showed you in color form. The outline here, typed a little bit more clearly so you can see with the example. So it's color coded. Maybe this will be more clear to you. Okay, these details and examples, I haven't given you specifics, just started to show you what it sounds like, because I don't want to give you a complete full example. I want you to come up with some of your own thoughts as well. Finally, if you're really struggling, go to my 6th grade English class Power Learning page. Okay, the most useful place to look, always when you go down the side menu, The most useful place to look is going to be your homework and classwork, and that's where I tell you what we're learning about each week. So, if you look here, you're going to see this week, objective, to annotate, close read, and it tells you what we're doing this week in class, more of a learning task. And then there's due dates right here, things that we're working on throughout this week. Another thing to notice on the side, I also took a photo. This is a little harder to see, but I think you can enlarge it and click on it. I'll also put the link for this document here if you want the color-coded version. Or a typed color-coded version. It will be here, and I'll put the link here in the text as well. So I hope that's helpful for you. I'm hoping there's not too many of you who don't know where to find our resources. Now that you have copies of everything, you should have those two copies that I just mentioned. This one that I gave out in class recently. This one you've had for a much longer time. So go ahead and pull those two things out if you're confused and get the work done that way. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.